I'm famous. I remember when I prayed for this. No sleep, cause I'm anxious. All this shit for entertainment. Crazy thinking that it's day one. All this business for the taking. Yeah. Hold it down for the nameless. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been on a grind, yeah. Like I'm really on the rails. Like my life is on the line, yeah. I've been getting mines in. I've been on the you. Nothing left to lose. Get into the bag, yeah. I've been on the you. I'm seeing how you move. Imagine all the things we get into. I need you to fuck with me all the way. I need it all, baby. Let me see you drop it, drop it. Make sure it's all the way down. I'ma keep it solid, solid. If you hold me all the way down, and fuck with me all the way.
What's good? What's good? Let me get it. I'm here. It's Sunday. I'm here. Oh man, it's been rough. It's been rough. But let's go ahead. Let me get this music out the way because I'll be slipping up sometimes, you know. So let's get this going. Okay, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Onyx here at Going Full Nerd. Yes. Oh, Stephanie, I see it. I know you and Ron, everybody was talking about it. Yo, check it out. Yes, the TVA is a black-owned business. Go ahead and support. Man. But, you know, as always, I'm here. It's Sunday. You know, I really got to get control of everything that I do. I am literally right now, just to kind of share, I'm freaking out right now because I'm missing one of my rings. And I was cleaning up and I'm hoping that I didn't like grab it up in a napkin and throw it in the trash. Because there's a ring that's been with me since 2005. I went to Iraq and I bought this nice silver ring. I mean, it's pretty. It's and it slipped off my finger. I don't know where I did with it. I'm freaking out. I'm looking for it. It's around here somewhere. But anyway, it's been a very, very exhausting, tiring weekend. You know, I'm gonna tell you. And before we get started with everything, let me grab my Cliff Notes. I got to get Cliff Notes for everything that I do. But oh man, it's just. Whew, between trying to watch everything and then trying to, you know, honey-do lists, getting the house right, going out, relaxing. I mean, goodness. I'm really trying to figure out how so many people on YouTube do everything that they do. Because there's a lot of stuff, man. And I'm not even doing it full time. I'm just like slipping in a video once a week and, you know, sharing some time with you guys on the podcast here. And it's like, wow. I'm feeling like Owen Wilson in everything but Loki. Wow. But anyway, you know we can't get started without the shameless plug. Let me drop into the shameless plug while I crack open my adult beverage so we can get to talking about the last 2 episodes of Loki, the finale, and why I haven't done things that I was supposed to do. We'll get into that. But right now, it's shameless plug time.
What's up, everybody? It's shameless plug time. So thanks for checking out the podcast, Going Full Nerd. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe everywhere possible. So look for Going Full Nerd on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, goingfullnerd.com, and my Twitter handle, ONYXXX1969. You can also listen to the audio version on its home, Anchor.fm, but also on Pandora, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you consume your podcast listening pleasure. Hey guys, let's get on with the show.
Okay, let's get on with it. Y'all caught me pouring a little bit into a lot of ice of my adult beverage of choice. That's only because, you know, you got to take things slow in moderation. But, you know, I'm going to sit here and say, trying to do everything on YouTube, trying to do this YouTube stuff and fit it into life. Because, as hey, we all know, this ain't my full-time job. This ain't your full-time job. It's just like, wow. Wow. But, to share a couple of things. I was supposed to do not a live stream, but I was supposed to record with Fully Geeking Out and Low Cuts and everything. But it's just between me trying to get the appropriate software straight and life coming at me like, and this just doesn't help. I feel naked without my ring, man. I mean, my wedding ring is good. I'm good on that. That ain't going, that sucker's on there. I think my wife, got the, hold on, wait a minute. What is this? What is this? Hold on, wait. Yeah, see, this is how my wife got my wedding ring on. That's super glue. I think that's on there. I should have did it with the other one. Goodness, man. Whew. Okay. All right. But let's digress. Your boy has been going through some serious stuff. I am in pain. And when I say I'm in pain, I am hurting. I don't know what it is. It might be my sacroiliac. I don't know. I was supposed to go for an MRI last week so they could check out the spine stuff. Your boy did a little time in the military carrying heavy stuff, doing all sorts of, cool stuff that, I was more like my man from I'm Going to Get You Sucker. I was a clerk, but anyway. But, you still got to carry a typewriter, right? I got jokes. I digress. I was supposed to go get an MRI. Drove 45 minutes to the place. Got there, waited about an hour. And the lady came out and said, our MRI machine is broken. Fudge. No. So then I got to drive 45 minutes back killing me. And now I got to wait. I got to go back this week. Hopefully they got the parts in, everything straight. Go back so they can tell, give me the thing. Say, yeah, you jacked up. So it is what it is. Anyway. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, I had a couple of questions that came across to me during the thing. Hey, why aren't you reviewing Space Jam this week? The heck with Space Jam. I'm going to say that. I'm going to watch Space Jam. I'm going to watch it with my grandkids, and I'm going to let them be the judge. The OG Space Jam, it's for your boy. That's for your boy. I want to see Michael Jordan. I want to see do that. When they canceled Pepe Le Pew, that hurt my feelings. But, but I digress. We didn't get a chance to talk about Loki. For 2 weeks, we got the last 2 episodes of Loki. Now, here's the thing. The last 2 episodes of Loki actually left a lot of people scratching their head. A lot of people was like, what the heck? And I get it. Because I talked to a couple of people who are not comic book heads. They're not comic book heads. And if you don't read comics, the story felt like it left you in, and my comic book heads will get this, limbo. Get it? Limbo. Well, if you comic book dude, it is what it is. I mean, hold on. Let me do it again. Limbo. No. You guys, but anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna explain it all to you. I'm here to decipher it for you for the non-comic book people, and to give high fives to my comic book people. Okay, so we're gonna see where this goes for Marvel's Phase 4. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, peoples. Okay, I present to you the original Kangs of comic books. Get it? No, not Bernie Mac. No, not Steve Harvey. But the man behind the TVA and the time and multiversity twisting journey of Loki on the Disney Plus series. You get it? Kang's a comedy. Kang's a comedy. Oh, man. You You guys just don't get it with me. Come on. I got you. Y'all supposed to be like LOL, LMAO, LMBO. You know what? I ain't gonna mess with y'all. I'm not gonna mess with y'all. Now here's the deal. If you haven't watched episode 5 and 6 of Loki, shame on you. Shame on you. Because I'm about to spoil all of that. All right? I'm about to spoil every last bit of it. Because here goes the deal. All right. Here's the deal. Okay, Marvel writers and directors, you got to give them credit. They are pretty darn good. You got to give credit where credit is due. Because here's the thing I found out. They're dropping clues every episode of every Disney Plus series that allow for people like me to make theory videos and prediction videos like this. I mean, you give them credit, pat them on the back. I mean, and that's the deal. That's the deal. Okay, now, here's the deal. Honestly, I can understand, but not actually agree with them for saying that previous shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Inhumans, Agent Carter, all of the Netflix stuff wasn't canon to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but this was a good way of correcting and folding, the Fox and Sony properties in without taking away from the sacred storyline known as the Infinity Saga. Okay, the whole Thanos snap, the whole nine. Now, episode 5 gave us a lot of cool things. It gave us a comic book accurate Loki. It gave us the cool alligator Croaky, and all that. Hey, we don't pour water in here. Hold on. Oh, that's good. That's good. And they gave us a whole glimpse of a bunch of variant Lokis, things going on. We see that there's a little bit more emotional tie between Sylvie and our Loki, and things like that. And then we also see that there's a lot more to the TVA, especially with the revelation that everybody's a variant. Wow. Hold on. Owen Wilson didn't do it, but I'm going to do it. Wow. Okay, there we go. So, here's the deal. Episode 5. Great action, cool stuff. You got classic Loki. I mean, I kind of dig what Marvel's doing in showing the comic book accurate costumes, which really kind of show how ridiculous it would be to try to get a comic book accurate costume on the big screen. They first started it on in WandaVision, and you saw Wanda and Vision, okay, they played it off. It looked real goofy. It was cool. Then they did a real cool thing with Sam Wilson inside Falcon and the Winter Soldier, now Captain America in his Falcon Captain America suit. That was kind of cool. That was straight. But now we get here, and then we see classic Loki, in that classic Loki with the big horns, basically looking like a big ass Kermit the Frog, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It shows the ridiculousness of it all. It really does. It really does. And it also gives us old school, happy-go-lucky fans something to say, all right, okay, I see what you did there. That's what we would have did in the 80s, in the 90s, But we see you, new generation. We see you. You doing your thing, and I like that. But check this out, and here we go. Let's get to the key points, and all these key points are spoilers. First of all, this was just basically the Wizard of Oz. We know this. We knew there was a man behind the curtain. We knew there was a villain behind the curtain. We just didn't know who it was. And up until episode 5, we really couldn't tell. We thought it was Miss Minutes for a point. And we still do think Miss Minutes, the little animated computer AI, she still has something up her computerized book of tricks and all that good stuff. Then a couple of other things. We also have Judge Renslayer, Ravonna Renslayer. She was probably one of the most confusing characters at a certain point for somebody who does not read comic books. Now, if you read comic books, you know she's Kang's girlfriend, boo thing, sweetheart, you know, main chick. You know what I'm saying? You know, all multiversal Kangs love them some Ravonna Renslayer. Okay? That's the comic books. But the MCU is not the comics. It's their own entity. How do we know this? Well, first of all, Ravonna chocolate. Let's put that out there. You know, and looking at these things, and you know, spoilers be damned. You know, I give Marvel a lot of credit because they like to cover up spoilers. There's been interviews with, you know, there's been interviews, and they were asking, you know, our great actor, okay, who's playing Kang. They've been acting him. And here's the thing. He denied that Kang made an appearance in the last episode of Loki. He denied it. But the moment I saw they canceled Lovecraft Country, okay, I knew something was up. Because you just see how coincidence, because he's the main character in Lovecraft Country. He's on the poster. You see what I'm saying? Okay? You see what I'm saying? So they announced that cancellation over at HBO. But that's, you know, another company, you know, that's not guaranteeing, but shooting schedules, one person can't be a whole bunch of different places getting made up to look like someone and dress someone. You know, mustaches go, mustaches come, you know, hair goes, hair comes. You could do a wig, you could do all that. I mean, we could get the old school Cesar Romero, you know, where he just put white makeup over his mustache when they had him play the Joker on the OG Batman 1966. But we don't do that no more. We got respect for the characters. We got respect for the audience nowadays. And the lack of respect by my man saying, hey, Kang don't make an appearance in the last episode of Loki. You know, Jonathan, yeah, he did what needed to be done. But here's the thing about my boy. He did not lie. Kang did not make an appearance in the last episode of Loki. He was not Kang. Okay? That was not Kang. That was one of the various versions of that person. Go back to the episode 6. Watch it. He gave the whole history of the multiverse. He gave the whole history of Kang, him. And he said there were variants. He found out 31st century, back in time, he found out, and he found variants of himself as they went through time. And some were malevolent, some were benevolent. Started a multiversal war. That was the true part by the Time Keepers story that we saw earlier in the episodes. But it just wasn't the complete truth. And that is what makes it great. Now, here's the deal. Thank you. Now, here's the deal. There's a lot that could come of this. And really, I don't know where it's going to go. But I'm going to make a few bold, and I'm going to say it, bold predictions. Okay. You know what? I gotta adjust the camera for this one. There's going to be some bold predictions. You need to see all of me in this one. Listen. Okay. Couple of things. This opens the door for so much stuff. Okay. First of all, let's get out here. Let's take a look at a couple things. Let's take the big. No, we shouldn't take the big stuff. Let's talk the little stuff first. Let's talk the little problems. Okay, we got Loki and Sylvie. Loki and Sylvie have gone through this complete journey only to find out that they were actually being fed breadcrumbs and led along the way. Because obviously, someone who's in control of the sacred timeline already knows the events as they're going to go. Because if you remember, go back to Endgame, when Tony Stark dealt with time travel, it ended up being a Mobius strip. And if you know a Mobius strip, it basically folds in upon itself and it's a never ending loop. Okay? That's how time basically was. So once you put those infinity gems back into their spots, the loop stays closed. Okay? And that is the whole purpose. This version, okay, what did they call him again? He who, wait, what is it? He at the end of what? You know what? I didn't even write it down. What was it? He who remains. Okay, he who remains in the comic book is actually two separate characters. But what they did with this one is they took he who remains and mixed him with a version of comic book character known as Immortus, who is a alternate version of Kang, who was more benevolent, who was more calm, wasn't into the conquering. He just knew that things had to be done a certain way just to make sure that didn't make shockwaves. And that's what this guy was doing. Okay, I'm not saying he was being good. You know, he was just trying to ensure his survival. That's the key. All right, that's the key. Now, he offered a choice to Loki and Sylvie, who up until the point they got to him were on the same sheet of music, finding out what's going on. Loki grew. You did the same growth on Loki that they took all those movies up until his death at the hands of Thanos to do to redeem him as AKA a good guy. Simple put. And he knew when it came to the point of either slaying or letting that version, he who remains, live. Okay? He knew that if you let him live, things could work out a little bit better. He wasn't in it to rule. He wasn't in it to do that. He just knew all hell was about to break out. He knew it. He knew it. Loki felt it. And when Sylvie, bless her heart, you know that's what we used to say in the country. People say that to the country folk. You know, you get that old grandma type, bless her heart. That meant that child did something stupid. We know that. So, here's the thing. She slayed him. He hit her with the see you later. You know what's going to happen. He explained it was going to unleash a multiverse and create those variants again that he had already tried to get rid of. Because it's a known fact. The variants are always going to happen because we as people in life always have a choice to do one thing or the other. Life is nothing but a bunch of forks in the road. And each choice that we can make has a different result. Simply put, makes a lot of sense if you think about it. Now, problems that we got. We got Ravonna Renslayer. We don't know what Miss Minutes gave her. We don't know where she went on that temp pad. But all I know is that she's going to be explicitly, it's kicking in. We know she's going to be connected to Kang, period. We also know that with this, we're going to see Jonathan Majors show up in various places throughout the MCU up until Kang's first appearance in Ant-Man Quantumania. Okay? We know that's going to happen. Maybe some after credit scenes in Shang-Chi. Maybe some after credit scenes in Eternals. I'm leaning more towards Eternals for an after credit scene. Not so much having Kang in it, but having the repercussions of something Kang's going to do. Or one of the Kangs doing. Or maybe they'll show Rama Tut, which is a Kang persona. Maybe they'll have the Scarlet Centurion, which is a Kang persona. But the true Kang that's going to be the villain, oh yeah, is going to show up in Ant-Man Quantumania, because I think the TVA is in the quantum realm and all sorts of messes breaking out there. And it's going to be up to our boy Ant-Man to say today. Yes, sir. Just hopefully Luis can give a good recap. All right. Now, here goes a couple of things. Got to throw this out to Marvel. I know y'all ain't messing with T.I. no more, so y'all can call me. I'll play the variant version of his character. Lot less drama, lot better looking. Hey, I'm out there for you. Marvel, Disney, I can replace him. Y'all could do me. Y'all could do me with T.I. like y'all did, Don Cheadle for, man. Nobody'll notice. What's the matter, Aunt May? It's me again. We go ahead and do some stuff like that. But here goes my predictions. You're going to see Jonathan Majors pop up in a whole bunch of other places. He's going to be in a lot of little things, probably some after credit scenes, and also probably showing up here and there, especially since we're leading into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which we just got the announcement that Tom Hiddleston, you know what? Marvel is so wrong for this. They waited purposely until the end of the Loki series to say he was going to be in Multiverse of Madness. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. They still say he's not going to be in Thor Love and Thunder, but Jonathan Majors possibly can, because we still got to figure out, how does Jane Foster get a Mjolnir? Theories are still out on that. Let's also talk about this as far as the Loki series. We're going to get a season 2, so that's going to be real crazy, because obviously that means they're not going to solidify what happened to our Loki in Multiverse of Madness, or that could possibly be another Loki from another timeline. Don't know. Could be. Possibly. Maybe it's just a slight cameo of him running through the TVA. Don't know this. Don't care. Know that we're going to get Tom Hiddleston, and he's making mad money. Okay, let's continue on. So basically, our Loki makes it back to the TVA, tries to warn everybody, and his boy Mobius and the B-15 do not recognize him. They don't know who the hell he is. So he gives that Planet of the Apes moment, looks up, and sees the statue of a Kang of comic books. Anyway, so here's the thing. And yes, we're going to get a world tour of Kang and the variants. You can't go, you ain't going to be able to go anywhere in the MCU now without stepping on a Kang. Just like when you went through the void, you couldn't throw 2 feet without running into a Loki. And that was the whole purpose of the Loki series, because Loki, being the god of mischief, he was always unknown, which really means whatever a Loki does in or out of character can throw everything into a hissy, especially when it comes to altering the timelines. You notice they didn't go back after Captain America. They didn't go back after, Gamora. Okay? They let the Nebula thing iron itself out. Right there during Endgame. Ain't no TVA agents show up and prune Nebula. It was supposed to happen. Basically, this is, how they run. Okay. So now, let's get the predictions. Fantastic Four. This is going to come of it. Why? Because in the comic books, yes, I know. They say the MCU is not about the comics. It is what it is. But let's talk about the comic books for a second. MCU is loosely based on the comics. Therefore, loosely based, Kang the Conqueror is going to be related to Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. And if that's the case, then we might have a black Reed Richards. What? Are y'all ready for that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if the comic book heads or some of these crazy folk I see on the internet are up for being that progressive. They scream bloody murder when we had a Black Johnny Storm in that horrendous Fantastic Four movie. People wasn't minding if they say, yo, let's cast the Thing as a brother, because he was going to turn orange anyway. So, just kind of lets me know, as dark as Kang the Conqueror was, either Dr. Doom, who's a possibility, could be his relative, or Reed Richards, comic book. Why try to pin it down? One of them going to be black. I'm telling you, one of them going to be black. Either Dr. Doom or Reed Richards is going to be black. And if you want to bet some money, hey, I'd be cool with Dr. Doom being black, because then you could get my man Giancarlo Esposito, Big Brother Dean Almighty, in there to play Dr. Doom. Tell me he wouldn't be a badass Dr. Doom. He was already a badass Moff, inside of The Mandalorian. He got that contract. He getting that Disney money. Come on, man. Come on. Tell me that wouldn't be smooth. Tell me that wouldn't be so cool. Giancarlo Esposito as Dr. Doom? Can you imagine him as Dr. Doom, son? Oh, so you're going to have one of them. Or even possibly Sue Storm. Somebody about to be black up in the Fantastic Four. I'm just saying. What? You heard it here first, folks. I'm just saying. But anyway, okay, so here goes the deal. What's coming up next? We got the Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings movie coming up out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that's going to take more of a turn going towards what end results of Black Widow and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We could get something from the Kangs in there, but I don't think we're going to get anything from the Kangs of comedy. It's not going to happen. The Kangs are going to show up probably in Eternals, because that's going to be a time streaming, time spanning thing, and especially while we got to find out why the bum ass Eternals didn't help with nothing. Nothing. Everything going on. Half the world disappear. Thanos show up in New York, blowing up New York twice, upstate and the city. And none of these jokers with all this power shows up. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear how they explain that. Because if it's up to me, I'd be one of them dudes showing up. I'd be like, yo, son, where was you? I'm already mad at the wizards. Sorcerers, yeah, I know. But, you got the big three, just like they say, androids, aliens, and wizards. And what's a wizard? What's a sorcerer? It's a wizard without a hat. Just saying. I got my hat. I'm just saying. It is what it is. But, here we go. So we already touched Ravonna Renslayer. She's to be determined. Her story probably won't get rectified until Loki season 2. I don't see anything happening with her in the movies. It is what it is. Won't see another Kang instance unless it's an after credit scene in Shang-Chi with a very small minor thing, or definitely heavily, sprinkled like Salt Bay inside of the Eternals film. Then we can do some things like that. But part of the immediate stuff, August 11th, we're going to start getting What If, the cartoon, and with The Watcher. So I am sure we're going to get at least an animated Jonathan Majors as Kang popping up maybe in one of these episodes or after credit for one of these episodes. So just let me know. Make sure that you go into the comments to agree or disagree. Let me know. And remember, as I close this off, it was great watching Loki. I'm glad there's going to be a season 2. This, I know a lot of people felt some kind of way, but I am going to rank the Disney Plus series in my order of preference. I'll be honest, WandaVision was probably my favorite. Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki, honestly, 2 different genres, carrying 2 different types of storylines, but I love them both, and I rate them equally. I love them both. So, Marvel, you're doing pretty good. Don't screw up with What If. Don't mess up Hawkeye, and damn sure don't F up She-Hulk and Moon Knight. I can't wait. Woo. So, what do we got to say to our distinguished competition, or DC Warner Brothers? Man, Suicide Squad is looking good. Can't wait to see it. Hopefully, it'll be up to par, but I think we're going to get some Hasbro properties and Snake Eyes first. That's pretty good. But anyway, we're at that time. I'm about to call it quits. I'm almost done with my adult beverage. And anyway, remember what I always say. If you can't say anything nice, don't say it at all. Say it to me via the Twitter, and I'll say it for you. Peace, y'all, and I'm out of here. Yo, we going to do some outro music. Which outro music are we going to do? Funky outro? Ooh. I'm still fly. Is it working? Yo, did it? Really? There we go. Yeah.
The matches they were handed down to me.
But I'm still fly. I'm still fly. I know. All right now.
I'm still fly. I'm still fly. Let's go.
All right, check this out. Let's get up close and personal. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe. You know, if you're watching this as a replay video, there's going to be a big old circle that just right here. Right here. Then you can also become a member. You see those names down there? Those are the people that support this channel. And matter of fact, those are the people whose support of this channel went to Children's Miracle Network Hospital. Yes, November 6th, we're going to be playing video games for Children's National Medical Center in Washington, D.C. There'll be more information to come. But if you want to donate straight to the charity without going through the going full nerd type thing, what I'm going to tell you is this. You go to extra-life.org/going-full-nerd. If you need a link, I'll make sure I post the link on Twitter, pin it, and we'll go at it from there. Every dollar helps. Peace, y'all, and I am out of here.
Cheers to all the haters, cause you proved to me that rising to the top was my destiny. And you can see whatever from behind me, but I'm still fly.